This is Cuihu, or Green Lake Park. Located in the beautiful southwestern Chinese city of Kunming, the park is built on a series of islands in a small lake in the center of the city. The park is known for its flora, especially its beautiful lotuses, as well as its distinctive bridges and enclaves, and huge flocks of Siberian seagulls that come here to winter. But despite its impressive biodiversity and unique design, it is the park's human occupiers that give Cuihu its real color and life. People come here from all over the city to enjoy the park's sights and sounds. From the early birds who arrive before the sun, to the foreign crowds who drink here late into the night, there is always something going on. But perhaps the most intriguing social phenomenon the park has to offer is one that can be found throughout the city, and indeed throughout China. Tucked away in one of the corners of Cuihu is a square lined with trees. Beneath the canopy can be found some of the city's most exuberant dancers. On a sunny afternoon, you can find up to 10 different dance troupes, each with their own unique style and music, all crammed into the confines of the square. Some groups are organized, each member well-practiced, and, at the very least, familiar with the moves. They are, for the most part, synchronized. Others have a somewhat more self-determined style. This is the phenomenon that has come to be known as Guangchang Wu. In Chinese, Guangchang Wu means square dance, though it should not be confused with the kind of square dancing we have in the US. Rather, its meaning is more literal, describing the general type of group dancing one does in a public square. There is some contention regarding the definition of Guangchang Wu. Most sources describe Guangchang Wu as any group dance performed in a public space, translating the word as square dance. However, some dancers have rejected this idea, claiming that what they're doing is not Guangchang Wu, and instead some form of free dance or ethnic dance.
但现在我们跳的这个不是广场舞，我们这个呢是少数民族的锅庄，锅庄是属于藏族的，广场舞呢是排队的，排着队的，然后一个老师在里面，但我们这个是少数民族的一个锅庄舞。
Miss Yang's claim makes sense, but not everyone agrees. Mr. Chen is a seasoned vet when it comes to Guangchang Wu, who's taught his own special form of dance all over China.
广场舞它只是一个大的概念，实际上没有把它细细的区分开。我们所谓的广场舞，就像您所说的，在露天的广场或者是公园，这些空阔的地方，大家聚集在一起，就是一种广场舞的文化的一种体现。实际上，广场舞呢，它还是有区分的。如果是说我们要从细的区分来说，就是每个民族它必定它有一个自己的一个民族的一个文化传承，一种非遗文化传承，是吧？你详细的对比，肯定都有一些差别性在里面。就像我们这个水兵舞。 你也可以定义它是广场舞的升级版，你也可以定义它就是一种当地的一个舞蹈。
So to reiterate, Guangchang Wu is more of an umbrella category, including an incredible variety of different styles, each a hybrid in its own way. Dances can simultaneously have influences from tango and ballroom, ballet and hip-hop, or even from activities that are not traditionally seen as dancing, such as boxing or martial arts.
表现形式呢，也随着美国的这种远征军的远征带到了全国各地，当然也带到中国。我刚才说了，这个水兵舞的它的舞蹈元素，它不是单一的文化，它有外来的文化，有中国本土的文化，还有一些拉丁的元素，还有一些摩登的元素。世界舞蹈联合会里面的几大就是说比较承认的舞蹈元素，它都有。不仅仅是我们中国的广场舞文化， 它是兼容的，对，包括我们选用的音乐，它不仅是中国传统的音乐，它也有波斯音乐，也有新疆音乐，还有拉丁音乐都有。
This diversity is part of what makes Guangchang Wu so unique. From music to choreography, it combines elements from many different cultures, simplifying and changing the routine and style so that anyone can participate. This makes Guangchang Wu an incredibly inclusive activity, one of the main reasons that it's so popular in China. What often gives each region's dances their own particular flavor are local minority traditions. In Yunnan, the most ethnically diverse province in China, this influence is extremely varied. The most common dances have roots in Naxi, Dai, or Tibetan convention. Other common dances are influenced by what is called 忠字舞, or loyalty dances that were common during the Cultural Revolution. The history of Guangchang Wu goes back to China's Cultural Revolution in the 1960s and 70s. During that time, group dances held in public squares were common, and were often meant to instill people with a collective and unified spirit, and to encourage communist values. To this day, dance troupes can be found performing to what are known as red songs that praise and remember the days of Mao's communist China. Despite this fact, the activity is mostly seen as an opportunity for exercise and social engagement, as opposed to a tool of propaganda. Some of these happy dancing grannies come here to practice every day. It has become an essential part of their life routine.
民吃舞呢比较健康一点，脚一甩，手一摆，这个非健康。
Guangchang Wu is now incredibly widespread and is one of China's most popular social activities, if not the most popular. According to a study done by CCTV, there are over 100 million practitioners in China. Often referred to as 大妈 or big mamas, Guangchang Wu dancers are mostly middle-aged and retired women, though in some instances the practice has caught on among older men and young people as well. Because of how massive the Guangchang Wu phenomenon is, it's perhaps more useful to think of it as hundreds of thousands of different approaches to dance. And while there does exist a spectrum of difficulty levels, what really tie all these approaches together are a few core concepts. It's good exercise, it's a fun social activity, and anyone can do it. While Guangchang Wu is largely an activity for amateurs, groups are often led by professional or semi-professional dancers. Another factor that contributes to Guangchang Wu's inclusivity is the fact that it is free of charge, and dances are choreographed, taught, and led without any plans for economic gain in mind. People do this because they like it, not to make money. The government has attempted to regulate this activity, but by its very nature, Guangchang Wu is a grassroots, bottom-up pastime. Guangchang Wu does, in some ways, contribute to the economy. People buy speakers and shoes and uniforms, usually with money out of their own pockets. But its involvement is relatively minor, and the practice has not become widely commoditized, as most recreational and fitness activities have in China. What's more important is that people don't have to spend much money to participate, a huge benefit to the often frugal retired population. Also, the diversity of the dances, the choice between learning tango and ethnic Dai dance, attracts people from all different backgrounds. The combination of its grassroots formation, its inclusive economic model, and its wide variety of styles make Guangchang Wu an undeniably egalitarian phenomenon. In recent years, Guangchang Wu has also received some negative attention. Because it usually occurs at inconvenient times, either early in the morning or late in the evening, the blaring music can be quite a nuisance for nearby residents. There have also been disputes turned violent between dance troupes over turf. In Cuihu, however, troops play fair, and many, over time, have designated their spots and times of practice.
在公共场合，这种投诉或者是引起的噪音，一种困扰，这个是怎么说呢？只是一种通病。但是随着民众的整体的素质提高，像我们翠湖公园管理方很好，他在这里给我们划分了一个活动区域。 它的其他的活动区域是不能得到允许的，在这个区域就在适当的音贝之内， 大家的活动正常的活动，大家都能够理解，并能够相互的支持配合，对，特别是在公园管理方的有序的引导下面，大家都能够做到自律自觉，都能够和睦的相处。
The government has stepped in several times, in fact, to try and regulate and, in some cases, standardize Guangchang Wu. The Chinese General Administration of Sport and the Ministry of Culture put forth a series of 12 dances meant to standardize Guangchang Wu across the nation.
2015年的8月8号，国家四部委联合发布的一个文件，就是如何健康的引导广场舞。我刚才说的这个，我们的水兵舞正是应四部委的文件精神号召。所以在那时候，我是北京陶然水兵舞教员川编组的策划总监。您今天采访的对象，可以说我是最有代表性的。这个所有的套路呢，因为水兵舞发源地在我们北京，在陶然亭北门。最早的时候是我的介入，我让整个团队主将的这个创编团队，主将的创编老师，为什么这么受欢迎呢？因为我们有统一的套路，我们有第1套、第2套、第3套到12套，是全国统一的。
Dozens of regulations have been implemented for conflict management, guiding local authorities to maintain a balanced and, above all, orderly granny dance culture. However, the Cuihu dance community has been relatively unaffected, and many dancers are not even aware of these regulations. Unaware of the government's attempts at regulation, and with plenty of time on their hands, these retired and nostalgia-filled grannies come to Cuihu every day. Some have only been dancing Guangchang Wu for a few years, while others have been practicing for over a decade. In fact, Guangchang Wu is not only practiced all over China. Guangchang Wu dances can be found all throughout the world, from New York to Moscow, from Paris to Sydney. And regardless of whether they are in Beijing or London, as long as there is music and a few peers to join in, the dancing can begin.
Open up your heart, what do you feel? Open up your heart, what do you